Hey, what is up, everybody? I am here to give you guys my Halloween movie review series. This is going to be day 10, and yes, I have been dreading doing this one all day because this is going to be my final review for the Halloween franchise. This is the last one of the series. After this one, I'll be completely moving on to a different series in the Halloween movie review series. I still haven't fully decided on what will be my next part of it. I haven't really fully decided yet. Out of the two though, I'm thinking either Ghostbusters to kind of go away from the horror movie genre and kind of go into the comedy side of things for a little bit, or move it into Saw to kind of stay, because one of the Saws is only about a half hour long, and I only really have to watch I don't really have to. And I have other videos and stuff I want to do. Still haven't fully decided yet. I will let you guys know my decision when I, maybe later on tonight on Facebook or something. But, yeah, but we still aren't on that far yet. We still have the Halloween franchise. And yes, I'm reviewing the remake. This is going to be Halloween 2, the 2009 version. And oh man, this movie was awful. I'm just going to say this right now. I'm going to be swearing, going to be a lot of ranting, because this movie sucked ass. I don't know how you could watch this movie and actually think it's good. You really, this isn't an opinion. This is a fact. This movie sucks ass. I can't even begin to describe how bad this movie is. The writing was awful. The actors were awful. The characters were awful. The story, or lack thereof, was absolute crap. This movie sucks so much dicks that they ran out of dicks to suck. That's how bad this movie was. So let me get right into it. So obviously this was going off of the success of Halloween, the remake from 2007. Obviously, like I mentioned before, it was the most successful one of the series. It had the most box office buys, and they announced I have my thing right here. They announced during the Terror Convention in 2008 that they were going to make a new one. However, Rob Zombie originally wasn't going to write and direct the movie this time. He felt like that he was very exhausted from making the last one, and he also was doing other projects. They tried to get another writers to write this movie, but it didn't. But they didn't really like the ideas that they presented. They went to Rob Zombie. Rob Zombie finally accepted, because now he didn't really feel his pressure to put John Carpenter's take on it. He felt like he could make it his own, and he made it his own, all right. That's what he did. They went into production. I believe they said they started going into production in the movie in 2009. I'm gonna see when they started working on it. It doesn't say exactly when they started working on it. It just said that he started working on it. It just said how Rob Zombie came into the picture. It doesn't say when they started working on this movie. But yeah, they got the same actors. They actually had to change the actor for Michael Myers when he was younger, because the other kid had grown older and didn't really fit the look. So they changed his look. And I can't really think of anything else that I really want to talk about. So, yeah, that was the movie. Let me go over now, who directed it and stuff. So, obviously, we had It was written and directed by Rob Zombie. He also produced the movie. The other producers were Malik Akkad and Andy Good. This is based on the writing. This is based on the creations of John Carpenter and Deborah Hill. And this movie came out on August 28th, 2009. Like I said, I still hate the fact that they got away from releasing this movie around Halloween time. I feel like that it hypes people up for Halloween, but yet they continuously do it. I think they keep moving further away too from Halloween. I always notice that, because this one came out on August 28th. The other one came out during Labor Day weekend. So it's like they want to move further and further from Halloween when it should come out on Halloween, since the movie's called Halloween. It's stupid. So yeah, it's just dumb. Alright, so I'm going to be honest. I don't really feel like breaking down this movie. This movie sucks. And I'm just going to go over... I really don't want to do this. I'm only doing this because it's part of the series. I have to finish it. This movie just absolutely sucks. It sucks from beginning to end. There's nothing good on this movie. The only good thing I can tell you that happens on this movie is the acting skills. I have her name. Is Caroline Williams playing the part of Dr. Maple. She did a good job, but it didn't save the movie. One, because she's only in like 2 scenes in the movie, and 2, she wasn't a fantastic actor. She was just good. I think because her acting though was so great, it seems like it's so great because of how much the movie sucks. But she did good in her role. But yeah, the whole movie sucks. This movie absolutely sucks. And I can pretty much just sum up this movie in 3 words. And this is infamous for Rob Zombie after seeing him. Blood, gore, and sex. That's pretty much what this movie what this movie is. It has no storyline whatsoever. It does, but the beginning, you could pretty much skip the entire beginning, because you wouldn't miss a thing. Like, if you would just had shown up to the movie 30 minutes late, you wouldn't miss a thing. Because this movie is blood, gore, and guts in the beginning. You don't miss a thing in the beginning. Let me tell you what happens in the beginning, because I just summed it up, but I'll go through it a little bit. So obviously this is the aftermath of the first one, when Laurie sought Michael Myers. Michael Myers ends up they end up taking him away. The people hit a cow. Michael Myers kills the other guy, and it was just a dumb scene. The kills looked awful in this movie. They weren't redeeming at all. And then the whole first half of the movie is Michael Myers trying to kill Laurie Strode in the hospital. Blood and gore. He kills nurses, and he killed some guy that came out and saved. I believe his name was Buddy. He kills him, and we find out that it was just all a dream. It was all fantasy. And yeah, the fact that one of the scenes talked about somebody having sex with a dead body was just weird, and it makes me question what the hell Rob Zombie does with his sex life. That was just awful. And this is pretty much like after the first events of the other movie. Laurie Strode's gone crazy, which makes sense that would happen, but she was just such a bad character. Like, Laurie Strode, I give all the credit to the world to Scout Taylor Compton for trying to make this world work, but it just didn't. She's obviously now trying to be some badass, and yeah, it's just not done very well. They completely they completely humanize. I don't want to say humanize, but they completely just kind of shat on Michael Myers. The whole beginning of this movie, they do this hokey stuff where they have like his mother be the beginning of the movie, he talks about it shows him as a kid, and he talks about how when he was younger, he had a dream where she was like a white horse, and she wanted him to come and all of them to be together again. So throughout the entire movie, Deborah Myers and Michael Myers as his young self wants her to bring Laurie Strode home. What I thought that was gonna mean was to kill her, but no. Like this was done awful. It was so hokey, it was goofy, and it's not what Halloween was supposed to be. It came off like so hokey, and it was just like, it was like trying to be spooky. And Michael Myers, the fact that he doesn't drive a car. So the whole movie, he doesn't even get to Laurie Strode. But if this was the old Michael Myers, he would have driven a car, and he would have been in Laurie Strode's by the first scene of the movie. I mean, that didn't happen in H220. I know that. It happens, like, towards the end. But Michael Myers, he would have been there a long time ago. This movie was 2 hours. You think this movie, and it shows it, because this movie's so bad, it just goes on and on and on and on. It doesn't end. When you think it's getting close to the end, no, it doesn't end. It doesn't happen. It just keeps going and going and going. And I was just looking at my clock, looking at my phone, just waiting for this movie to be over, but it just wouldn't end. It was just, kept fucking going and going. Oh my gosh, this movie just sucks so much. Yeah, so Michael Myers, they went to like the spooky, hokey stuff in there. And Michael Myers doesn't wear his mask throughout like the half of the movie. They made him out to be like this old hermit, and he can't beat anybody up unless he wears this mask, because these people come up and just beat the crap out of him, and then he beats them up. The kills look so bad because they were so gory, and it just, Rob Zombie he just wanted the blood and gore. Like, it was just stupid. He smashed it, and the grunts that Michael Myers would make was just so ridiculously over the top. It was unnecessary. I don't want to talk about this movie. I don't. But I'm talking about it. So let me just think about other things. Dr. Loomis. Oh my gosh, they actually did it. They made me hate Dr. Loomis. So Dr. Loomis, pretty much, they have him go through this thing where he writes a whole book about the past life of Michael Myers. And he's acting like a huge asshole to everybody, because this book obviously is going to affect people's lives. Which this is when Laurie finds out that she's actually Angel Myers, and she's Michael Myers' sister. So this messes up her life. This messes up a guy's life when he goes to confront him about it. But they had Dr. Loomis just act like a huge asshole in this movie. He wanted to be famous, and he wanted to just tell this story, but he was just acting like such an asshole. He treats everybody like an asshole, and it's just dumb. It made Dr. Loomis come off as so unlikable, and that wasn't the case in the other movie. The other movies, he was awesome. Now, granted, like I've talked about before, I don't think Malcolm McDowell played a bad Dr. Loomis, but in this movie, he can only take with what he can. He tried to make what was, what was given to him work, and I commend him for that, but it just didn't work. This isn't Dr. Loomis. Dr. Loomis didn't care about fame, and Dr. Loomis, it just was stupid. Dr. Loomis actually wanted to protect people. He didn't want to hurt them. It was just stupid. That was just dumb. You had characters like Maya, you had characters like Haley that were just so unlikable. You had Haley, who just was a very flat character. Sheriff Brackett was just bland. And they go on talking about, oh, I'm starving Marvin, and he goes on talking about that. It goes nowhere. It was stupid. He's just dumb. And then, you You have, oh, this was like a really bad scene in the movie. Laurie Strode has like this flashback where she does exactly what Michael Myers did to Deborah's boyfriend, where he duct taped her, and they pretty much reenact that scene except with Laurie Strode, and she has like a hallucination where she tells her to die, calls her a cunt and all that stuff. And that looked like crap. That looked like absolute crap. That was the worst, like, I don't even want to call it sci-fi type of stuff, but that was the worst edited, and that was the worst pieced together scene I've ever seen in my life. It was written horribly. I was just like, what the fuck am I watching? It got to and this was like within like 43 minutes of the movie. It was so bad. It is awful. It was terrible. It was awful. Just awful. Just awful. This movie's awful. If you think this movie's good, just quit watching movies. You should just take your DVDs and just dump them out the window, throw them away, and just don't even call yourself a movie critic. Because if you think this movie was something great, you need to like sit down, think about what movies you're watching, think about what you like, and get rid of it. Just quit watching movies, because you're the reason that movies like this get made in the begin with. Like I said, this is no opinions. This is a fact. This movie is crap. And yeah, the fact that Dr. Loomis just... I hate the fact what they did with Dr. Loomis. I know I talked about it already, but it just pisses me off. They made Dr. Loomis just become off so unlikable, and it's like only Rob Zombie would do that. Only Rob Zombie has the ability to make Dr. Loomis come off as such an unlikable character. Only Rob Zombie. It's just stupid. Yeah, only Rob Zombie could do that. Only Rob Zombie. And then you have the worst part about this movie though is Michael Myers' original theme song doesn't get used at all up until the credits. That was a terrible decision. That's what made Halloween feel like Halloween. That's when it made this like completely feel like something different. They didn't use this movie at all. I've read stuff that Rob Zombie didn't think that it was going to fit this movie. Bullcrap. I call BS on that, because there was so many instances where he could have used it. He could have used it when he killed those guys, in the truck after they hit the cow. Perfect opportunity. Could have used it when Michael Myers was going after Laurie in the woods. Oh my gosh, perfect opportunity. But because he added all the slow-mo stuff, he make sure that it wasn't going to work. It could have happened, and it didn't happen. Yeah. Watching this movie just made me never want to watch a movie produced by Rob Zombie again. House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Reject that's what I think of that. That can just kick rocks. I'm actually surprised that my swear level hasn't been through the roof. I was like rehearsing this review all day, wondering what I was gonna say, and I was gonna go through the movie, point by point, but it's not worth it. This movie ain't worth it. Even the scene where Michael Myers takes Laurie Strode to the bone, and this is when we found out that I guess they wanted, from what I was gathering, is Michael Myers she was having an hallucination. I don't think it was an hallucination, but Michael Myers wasn't gonna kill her. She was supposed to like work together or something and kill people and form together as a family. It doesn't make any sense. It completely wipes off anything that made Halloween great. The whole point of Halloween was Michael Myers wanted to murder his relatives, and he just did it because he was so psychotic. But here they would just... No, it was just so stupid. And then Dr. Loomis, they even did the scene where Annie gets beaten up by Michael Myers and she's laid out all bloody, and it's just like, enough is enough. It was at the point where enough gore and enough blood. Tell a story, and we didn't get a story. Michael Myers gets killed. He gets shot like a bunch of times. They finally have him talk. They did the one thing that they could have done. What made Michael Myers so awesome is he didn't talk. And yes, he said one word. He said die. And they just made him come off like an old hermit. And oh my gosh. Like, yeah. What the hell? Rob Zombie, man. He is an awful director, writer, producer. Like I said, blood, gore, sex. That defines Rob Zombie. That defines the whole movie. This movie was awful. Rob Zombie should never direct a movie again. I hope he hasn't. This was terrible. I would rate this. You see, I would rate this movie a 1 out of 10. There's nothing worth seeing on this movie though. The only reason that it's getting a 1 out of 10, that I'm giving it at least something, is because of the acting skills of Carolyn Williams. But nothing else was good in this movie. You could literally skip this movie. I would even say, like, you can just watch the remake and you don't need to see this. This is trash. I feel bad for people that went and paid money for this movie. I feel bad for people that, like, Rob Zombie wasted almost 2 hours of my time, maybe more, because I paused it to get food and stuff. And yeah, it took me like a few hours to recover from this movie. Like, I was just thinking, like, how does someone make something so crappy? And Rob Zombie did it. I don't know if this is the worst movie I've ever seen ever. But this made Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, Jason X, Halloween Resurrection. I'm trying to think. There's another movie that I don't like. It's called, I think it's called The House at the End of the Road. I forget the name of it. It's some movie that takes place in, like, Britain or something. And they look like masterpieces. Ironically enough, at least with Halloween 3, I have something to remember with that Halloween commercial. This, and at least with Halloween Resurrection, you could watch the first 15 minutes and feel vindicated. With Jason X, you could kind of see Jason transform into his new look, and there's some decent kills in there. With The House at the End of the... Okay, there's nothing good about that one either, but I would rather watch that over this movie. Yeah, what a piece of crap this was. Yeah. I'm actually shocked that I didn't swear in this review. I'm surprised that I stayed as calm as I did. I want this to be like a thorough review, but I'm not gonna, like, praise this movie either. Yeah, but don't trust me. I know you could say, well, you're not giving it a fair chance. You're not going through it. You can't. I watched this movie. I just can't. It's not good at all. Like, there's nothing good about it at all, except that one person's acting. And I will give the actors credit for trying to make this work, but it just didn't. I feel bad for these actors for having to take part in this, and everybody who had to take part in writing this movie and the production. I especially feel bad for people who paid, probably like $20 or something. 22 counting tax, and then obviously if you pay for popcorn and drinks, you probably paid for candy, and then you probably pay people who will probably pre-order the tickets on Fandango website could have paid more too. Man, I feel bad for you. They should have gotten refunds right then and there. Oh my gosh. And I'm not the only one that thinks this either. The critics tore this movie apart. Now, critics, I've said before, are hard people to please. But who would this movie please? This movie wouldn't please anybody. This movie is you can skip this movie. It's awful. It's so bad that they didn't make another Halloween after this. Now, obviously, I don't know if they were planning on making another one. But it's so bad. Now, obviously, this movie. I'm gonna go over how much this movie had. This movie had a budget. I didn't even go over that. Of $15 million, so it was about the same as the last one, but this movie dropped huge in box office. I believe Halloween 2007 made like 80 million in box office buys. It made 80.2 million. This one, it dropped huge. Now, I will admit, 39.3 million still is good, but compared to the last one, that's not. It dropped about a lot. It dropped about maybe. Let's see, if you do 80, I think it dropped about 70. Not 70 actually, that would be too much. Dropped about 50 million, almost about there. That's huge. Opening weekend it went down 7 million during opening weekend when the first one came out. You want to know why that's the case? It's because that first one was so bad, and they knew Rob Zombie wasn't going to be able to make it great. I feel especially bad for people who saw this in theaters. And yeah, this movie is just awful. If I had to rate this movie, I don't know if I gave it a rating yet. 1 out of 10. It's bad. It is low. It's a 1 out of 10 movie at best. Nothing scary about it at all. And it just doesn't tell a good story at all. If it tells a story, I can't tell you if it tells a story. I legit couldn't tell you what the story is. I guess maybe that Laurie Strode went so crazy and Michael Myers is trying to bring Laurie Strode back to bring the family together, but it just felt like they just threw this together last minute, did a bunch of blood and gore scenes, and Rob Zombie, you can clearly see he doesn't, like I've talked about before, he doesn't know how to write, direct, and do any of that, so yeah, this movie was crap. I'm going to go over some of the cast of this movie, because I didn't even really talk about much of the cast of this movie. I talked about the movie as much as I could, but alright, so you had some people come back for their roles. You had Sherry Moon Zombie come back as Deborah Myers. I thought she played her role. I can't really say she played her role well because the role that she had was when it was hokey and corny. I can't really say she played her role well. Scott Taylor Compton played Laurie Strode again. Her role, she didn't really play her role all that well. They were trying to make her act like she was crazy, but it just didn't work. So that just was bad. Tyler Mane played Michael Myers. He did all right, but like I said, they gave him crap to work with. So how can you make that good? Danielle Harris was back as Annie Brackett. She did all right. Malcolm McDowell was back as Samuel Loomis. He like I said, he had crap to work with as well. I can't say he did great either. He tried, but it was just crap. An actor can be great, but if he's given crap, how can he make it work? Brad Dourif played Sheriff Lee Brackett. Same thing. He was given crap. He really wasn't that great either. He was very bland as an actor. Like I said, it could be because he was given crap. Chase Wright Vanek played Michael Myers. Like I said, given crap. Can't really make crap work. Bree Grant played Maya Rockwell. She really wasn't that good. Not gonna go through that one. Carolyn Willens played Dr. Maple. Good actor. Or good actress. She was good in this movie. Richard Brake played Gary Scott. I don't remember who the hell that was. Angela Trimber played Harley David. Bad character, bad actress. Octava Spencer played Nurse Daniels. Michael Myers goes in earlier and kills this nurse. She wasn't in the movie enough to really, yeah. Mary Birdsong plays Nancy McDonald. I don't remember who the hell that is. Richard Ray played Buddy the Knight. He did good, actually. I will admit, he did fine. I'm trying to remember where I've seen him before. Because, I've seen him in something else before. He was in something I liked. Free Willy. He was in Free Willy. I forget exactly what he did in Free Willy, but I remember him being in Free Willy. But yeah, I don't remember what he exactly did in Free Willy. He was... he did something in there. I'm just going to see what he did. He was... I guess it's been a while since I've seen Free Willy. I would have to review that someday, actually. Mark Christopher Lawrence plays Deputy Fred Ken. Michael Myers goes and kills him as he's protecting Annie. Nobody else really worth talking about. Actually, Chris Hardwick plays David Newman. Dr. Loomis goes on like a TV show where he gets interviewed and he played him. It was just so weird because they were trying to bring like a TV show comedy type of show into a Halloween movie, and Halloween shouldn't be treated like a joke. I'm fine with having some funny jokes that make me laugh because I'm supposed to laugh at it for different reasons, but this was just openly trying to be funny and it wasn't funny, so I wasn't a fan of it. Yeah, this was crap. Thank God I'm done with this video. I didn't even want to do this review, but I watched the movie. It's part of the series. I don't have a choice. So yeah. But yeah, overall, skip this movie. Don't watch it. Don't put yourself through that torture. Yeah, I don't know. It's just awful. I believe they referenced this movie in Family Guy, because Cleveland, in one of the scenes, talks about how he saw Halloween 2. I don't know if he meant this one or Halloween 2, the original. If it was this one, I don't really see where the hell he was on edge about it, because there's nothing scary in it. At least with the second one, original, you can kind of see what he's talking about. But just because Family Guy takes place more so in the nowadays time frame, I think he was talking about this movie. Yeah, this movie's... Oh my gosh. It might be my least favorite movie I've ever seen. Because I don't know what... I can't think of like a movie that's going to get worse than this. And if it's out there, ooh. Because there's I think I saw like a Chucky movie, Seed of Chucky. But that's kind of like funny bad. That's not like bad. So, yeah. I'm so bored. I actually just got bored just talking about this. I like want to go do something else right now. So I'm gonna end off this series. So because I don't feel like sitting through another movie that's an hour tonight, and the first Saw, it has like a 30-minute clip on YouTube that's only 30 minutes long. That's like a preview to it. I'm just gonna review Saw. So that way I can just take a half hour. I also have like some schoolwork and some other stuff I have to do. So I just want to kind of not dedicate as much time as I would. So the next series is going to be Saw. I know it's me being lazy, but oh my gosh. Doing this review actually made me so bored. But yeah, I am going to also be doing, I was going to do it right after this, but because I'm so bored and want to just not do it now, I'm not going to. I'm going to be making at some point this week like a best and worst stuff for Halloween. So I'm going to go over the best movies, go over like what did the best in box office draws, what had the most budget into it, the best actors and stuff. I'm going to do like, and this will be Some of it's going to be facts. Some of it's going to be my opinions. I've been kind of making a list of it all day. Not all day, but most of the day. So yeah, I'll be doing that. Don't know when you'll get it. It's not going to be tonight. I'm just so bored now. But yeah, overall, make sure you guys like, comment. Don't comment good stuff about this movie though. That's not allowed. I will remove that comment. And share this video for I don't even know, like, just to watch, so people will watch my boredom, I guess. I don't know. Subscribe to this channel and subscribe to CM Brothers. Bye.